All right, so the next 2 days, we're going to focus on simplifying radicals. And so, like, your standard is to rewrite expressions involving radicals. So today we're going to talk about how to simplify them and do adding and subtracting. And we'll come back and talk about multiplying with radicals tomorrow. Okay. So let's take a look at one of these first examples. So you have a radical here that has you have an expression right here. Okay, this is your radical. And you need to simplify it. And so simplifying, just like simplifying a fraction, you put it in its simplest form. That's basically what we have to do here is take a radical expression and put it in its simplest form. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is work with my number. All right. So I am going to take 252 and break it down. Okay. So I know I can divide that by 2 and get 126. I can divide that by 2 again and get 63. And then I can divide that by 3 and get 21. Hello. Divide that by 3 and get 7. Divide that by 7 and get 1. So remember, you go all the way down until you get to 1. Okay. So then circle in pairs here. So I have a pair of 2s and I also have a pair of 3s. Okay. So those are going to come outside of the radical. Okay. So I'm going to have 2 times 3 on the outside. And then the 7 down here will stay under the radical. So this will become 6 radical 7. Okay, now when you do the letter part, so that was the number part, you want to just break these down all the way. So m to the third is m times m times m. Okay, and then n to the second is n times n. So we're using the same concept here in that you circle pairs like you do over here and pairs come out. Okay, so I know I have one pair of m's and that's going to come out of the radical. That one doesn't have a pair, but then I do have a pair of n's. So this is going to come out and this is going to come out. Okay, so this will come out as m, n, radical, and then the m that doesn't have a pair will stay. Okay, now the thing here is you got to put these back together. Okay, so this one and this one, you got to put your numbers and your letters back together. So the 6 and the m and the n all go on the outside. All right, and then the 7 and the m stay under the radical. And this is your simplified answer here. Okay, so let's take a look at another example of one of those. All right, so I have the square root of 216, x squared y. First thing I'm going to do is simplify 216. I know I can divide it by 2. That's 108. Okay, I can divide that by 2 again and get 54. Divide that by 2 again. I think that's 27. Okay, now I can't divide by 2 anymore, but I can divide by 3 and get 9. Divide by 3 again and get 3. Divide by 3 again and get 1. Okay, so let me circle pairs. I have a pair of 2s here. I have a pair of 3s here. So pairs come out. Okay, so that'll be 2 times 3. And then I have a 2 right here, and I have a 3 down here that don't have a pair. So that's going to stay under the radical, but I'm going to multiply it also. So this will simplify to 6 square root 6. Okay, so now I need to do my letters. Okay, x squared is just x times x, and then there's just a y. Okay, so pairs, I have a pair of x's. Those will come out, and this will be x radical y. Okay, so now I got to put it back together. So this one and this one. Okay, I have a 6 on the outside and an x on the outside. So that's 6x. And my radical. And a 6 on the inside and a y on the inside. So 6y. And that will be your final answer there. So that's just simplifying when you have variables with it. Okay, so let's take a look at adding and subtracting.